But what we really hope to achieve today is to shine a spotlight on the things we buy, both as individuals and as The Guardian, to help us to connect our actions with their wider social impacts. So our ambition for the Guardian ethical programme has been to take this knowledge and help us to make buying decisions that we're proud of as an organisation. And we've been fortunate enough today to get a stellar line of experts in the field of human rights and ethical sourcing to help us better understand the social and environmental justice impacts of our decisions. If I may briefly introduce Safia Minney, founder of People Tree, a pioneer in fair trade and environmental sustainable fashion. Kevin O'Neill, ethical policy manager for BBC Worldwide, who are without question the leading media company on their own ethical sourcing. We also have Annie Kelly, Guardian and Observer journalist, who covers issues such as global development, human rights, social affairs, and she's currently working on the Guardian's Modern Day Slavery project. And Dionne Harrison, Director of Impactt, a specialist consultancy who delivers practical projects which improve workers' lives and livelihoods. They're also a winner of the Guardian Sustainable Business Award as well.
What we've done through the World Fair Trade Organization, which incorporates 10 fair trade standards that cover everything from safe working conditions, so of course a Rana Plaza factory collapse would not happen, to letters of appointment for workers, child labour, and the assurance of gender equality, for example, in the supply chain as well. What it does is it creates a transparent, accountable system that is, if you like, a negotiation between both suppliers in the so-called developing world and the first world. And that's, I think, something that gives the consumer an opportunity to really buy into change. So we have about 5,000 people, from organic cotton farmers to artisans and tailors, that work with People Tree. They get regular orders on a 6-monthly basis. We were the first company to have World Fair Trade Organization guarantee fair trade throughout the supply chain, and we were also the first company to launch the GOTS, Global Organic Textile Standard, with a product that was finished in the developing world. So in terms of worker and environment, I feel we're best practice. Having said that, there's always more that one can do. Probably the most exciting thing is, working with consumers. And for example, we did a fantastic collaboration with Vogue and a designer called Boraksu, who's very, very high end. And I think what was exciting was it showed the industry that you could produce an artisanal product by hand in the village, 100% fair trade, and it was wearable for the fashionista, and it sat well in a fashion magazine.
Probably the biggest message that has come through for me, and I didn't know anything about slavery before I started this project, was just how it permeates every single corner of our global economy. So it's going to be very hard for any mass-produced commodity in any volume to be completely free of labour exploitation, and in fact, probably completely free of forms of modern slavery. And that is an immense challenge. But I think recognising that is a really, really important step. And the other big message that I've taken from my reporting on this and from the team's reporting on it is that it often doesn't look like what you think of when you hear the word slavery. And that it's often concealed right in the murkiest corners of the global supply chain. So it's not perhaps at factory level, it's not even perhaps at the first kind of tier of subcontracting. It's the children planting the cotton seeds in the field in India. It's the women making the thread from that cotton. It's the people that are making the buttons in the factories in China. It's not, just the people actually working the machines.
Part of the battle is, simplifying it for the consumer. And I do think if companies can manage their supply chains better, then the message can be much, much clearer, because it is no doubt very, very difficult for the consumer to navigate and to find a product that meets their values. And all of our values are different. One of us will be passionate about worker rights. The other one actually, is passionate about veganism or organic cotton standards. So again, we need to match that.
Can we give our panellists a round of applause, please?